Project management isn't just a job title, it's a skill set that makes you insanely valuable in any career. The best part is that companies need people like this. The demand for project managers is growing twice as fast as other careers because every business runs on projects. And the pay reflects that. The average project manager salary is nearly double the average salary across all occupations. So in this video, I'll break down what it's really like to run a project and how to build a portfolio of projects you've already done, and I've got a free tool to help you do it. I'll show you how to update your resume so hiring managers actually see your value, a typical career trajectory with the pay you can expect, and if you want to go all in, how to get PMP certified. If we haven't met before, I'm Anastasia. I've spent the past 15 years leading complex projects and managing multi-million-dollar budgets. I started this channel to help people take control of their money, careers, and personal growth. Let's dive in. If you've ever planned a trip, organized an event, or built something from scratch, you've already done project management. At its core, a project is just a temporary effort with a start and an end date created to deliver something new. It could be a product, a system, or a process. Here's your 60-second crash course in project management, and we'll use an example to make it super easy. First, initiation phase. This is where you define the goal. Here's my project of turning this pink bathroom into white by means of painting it. Next, planning phase. This is where you make your budget, list all the tasks that need to be done, decide who will do it and when. At the end of this phase, you'll have your project plan. Now, execution. This is when you start working according to your plan. You're buying supplies, clearing the bathroom, and painting it. In monitoring and controlling, you're keeping an eye on things. Let's say you've done your paint and the pink is showing through after the 2 coats. Maybe you thought of that risk in planning phase and noted that you may need an extra coat. If this issue happens, you have a mitigation plan and additional money to buy extra paint. Finally, closure phase. Step back and admire the fresh white bathroom. This is where you can compare what you planned with how things actually went and note anything of importance. If it took longer or shorter than you thought, or if you did in fact need that extra coat of paint so that you can plan accordingly when you paint your other bathroom. Obviously, this is overly simplified, but if you practice using this framework, you'll start thinking of everything in terms of project management, and trust me, your life will never be the same. Here's what to do if you want to start or pivot your career into project management. First, turn everything you do into a project and start using a project management framework at home and at work. Here are some examples of things you already do at work and at home that you can easily turn into projects. Next, take a project management course. You can go with a paid course or paid program if you wish, or if your employer pays for it, but you don't have to. There are a lot of free online courses available. Look for courses that give you PDUs, professional development units. I'll explain what that is in a couple minutes. You've worked on great projects, and now it's time to capture and showcase your experience by building your portfolio of projects. I created a one-stop project summary for you. It's a simple document to help you summarize each project and break down your contributions by phase. In a few seconds, I'll give you a list of words that will help you sound really strong as a PM. You can start using these here, and then it will be really easy to transfer them to your resume and to your PMP application when you're ready to apply. This exercise will also help you process the PM framework as well as prepare for an interview. Last step to show that you bring value as a project manager is to update your resume. You don't need a PMP to start applying for project management jobs. All you need is to think and act as a PM. Take your portfolio of projects and identify ones that most closely relate to the job you're applying for. Add them to your resume. And here are some key areas where you need to show competency and some examples of what you can write in your resume. As a project manager, 90% of your time is spent communicating. You have to be able to explain things clearly, keep teams aligned, and make sure everyone knows what's going on. Here's how you can call it out in your resume and stand out as a strong candidate. Next is your organization skills. Projects have moving parts, deadlines, and budgets. You have to be able to keep track of all of it so that things don't fall apart. Most of us already do this all the time, and here's some ideas how to highlight this on your resume. Issues will come up. A good PM will mobilize the team to help everyone understand the issue and figure out a way forward. Be sure to highlight your problem-solving skills on your resume, and here are some ways you can do so. You'll have to show leadership and your ability to adopt. Plans may change and priorities might shift. You need to be able to adjust without losing momentum and keep the team focused and moving forward. And finally, you have to have some analytical thinking. Data helps you make better decisions. ChatGPT is your friend here and can help you find the right way to showcase your experience to sound strong but still authentic to who you are and what you're good at. When it comes to technical skills, here are a few tools that almost every project manager uses. It's a good idea to get familiar with them. Learning these can even count towards your project management education. But don't stress too much. Whatever company you work for will train you on the specific tools they use and how they use them. This is a typical career trajectory in project management and pay that you can expect. Starting with 1 or 2 years of experience, you're looking at titles like project coordinator or associate project manager with pay around $60,000. Here, you're typically leading smaller projects or working with senior project managers on part of their projects. This is a great time to start working towards your project management professional certification and schedule your exam. Once you have a little more experience, you're looking at a project manager role and a salary of about $90,000. You get to lead your own projects start to finish. With 6 to 10 years of experience, you can be looking at a senior project manager or a program manager roles. This means higher compensation, more complex projects, larger teams, larger impact, and bigger budgets. And when you reach the 10-year mark, you can stay where you are if you enjoy what you do, or keep climbing to a project director, a senior program manager roles where you're delivering large complex programs, leading a team of project managers, each accountable to a part of your program. Responsibility is higher and so is the compensation. To help you decide if you're ready to go all in as a project manager, here's what my typical day looks like. At the end of each week, I make a list of my top priorities for the following week. I schedule time to do those things in my calendar, and at the end of each day, I review my calendar for the next day so that I know what to expect. I log in around 8 a.m. and work on my top priority tasks first. I am most productive in the morning, so I schedule my work this way. I then spend 30 minutes on answering my email. I have a team call later that morning, so I include anything that needs team's awareness at this meeting. After my call, I send meeting minutes and complete any action items that got assigned to me. Next, I listen in on the technical requirements call. I had my lunch while listening in on that call, and I use my lunch hour to get some exercise. When I get back, I respond to email and Teams messages, update meeting invites, check in with team members individually to make sure they have what they need to keep moving forward. Not everyone feels comfortable speaking up in meetings, so to me, individual check-ins are a great way to connect, build trust, and keep projects on track. My team has been working through a technical issue over the past week. When something needs to be closely monitored, I see if I can help schedule some working sessions to help us get to a resolution. During the call, we learned that we need another team to take a look at the settings, so I'm drafting an email describing the issue, timing, and a request for another team to join our call. At the end of the day, I again clear my email and review what's coming up for the next day. And that is what a typical day in a life looks like for me. And if this sounds good, here's your step-by-step guide on how to get your PMP. Project management is the same no matter what industry you're in, whether you're building a hospital, launching an app, running a retail store, or even directing a choir. It all comes down to planning, organizing, and keeping things moving. The Project Management Institute, or PMI, is basically the gold standard for project management. PMP certification is a must for PMs, but it's also a game changer in non-project management roles. Remember that every business needs people who can lead, organize, and drive results no matter the job titles. Step 1, meet the requirements. These are a combination of general education, project management education, and work experience. Project management education is tracked in PDUs, professional development units. This is the abbreviation to look for when browsing PM courses that you want to take. You don't need to have a project manager title to meet the experience requirements, but you do need to show that you have led projects or parts of a project. Next, fill out your application. This is a very detailed application asking you to describe your experience leading projects over the past 3 to 5 years. Use your project portfolio that you'll make with the project summary. It will make the steps so much easier. Allocate 2 weeks to complete your application. And the third step is to study and pass the test. Here are the 2 books you will need. Project Management Book of Knowledge is the main project management book. It has all the information, but it's very dry and not the best for studying. This book is what I used to get my PMP. It was recommended to me by my colleagues. This book still holds the #1 spot in the exam prep. Be sure your book edition matches the version of the exam you'll be taking because they change every couple of years. If you ask any project manager how long they studied for their PMP, they'll tell you 3 months. It's enough time to commit to studying, taking a practice exam or 2 to figure out where your gaps are, studying some more, and feeling ready for the test. You get 3 attempts, and I know you can do it. And that's it. Now you have a clear path to level up your resume by showcasing your project management experience. Don't forget to download the project summary template I made for you and start using it right away. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.